Welcome to the Santa Rosa and Escambia County Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you join us. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. So first, your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you. Second, you can use the Q&A feature to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you will have access to this recording by visiting the site on your screen. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Valdosta State University.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Jesse Taylor. I'm an admissions counselor with Valdosta State University. Thank you very much for having us. I'm going to go over a little bit of the university life, our city life, as well as the requirements for admissions for Valdosta State University. That being said, let's jump right into it. So again, my name is Jesse Taylor. I graduated from VSU in May of 2020 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in communication, emphasizing public relations. So as you can tell, I'm able to do something I absolutely love to do with the major I was able to obtain with my from Valdosta State University. Valdosta State University, we like to consider ourselves a medium-sized school in the sense that we provide lots of hands-on opportunities, internship opportunities, all the different types of resources that larger institutions are able to provide for our students, while still feeling more of a smaller, more communal sense of institution. We were established in 1906, originally as an all-women's college, so that's a fun fact, and we're only located about 16 miles away from Florida. Being medium-sized for an institution, we have around 12,000 students who are attending. As of 2021 fall, we do have 9,000 that are undergraduate students, with 3,000 being graduate-based students, and more than 65 different countries are represented at the university as well. And all 50 states are also represented. And as you can tell, we have that little blue star that's right there at the bottom of this image. That's exactly where Valdosta State University is located. And we do offer in-state tuition for bordering states, including Florida. So that's great to see with that. I can touch base a little bit more about that. But with us offering in-state tuition, we do also accept the Florida prepaid plan as well too. And they have different plans of that for Valdosta State University on our website. This right here is just a picture of our main campus. Right there is West Hall, the first ever established building at Valdosta State University. As you can see, we do have a Spanish missionary-based style of architecture for our campus. And if you can tell closely at the front of it, we do have beautiful palm trees. So even if you are feeling a little homesick being from Florida, we definitely are able to provide that kind of Floridian quality of making you feel at home, not being too far away either. What else is college other than academics and experience? And so with academics being such a high priority, we do have more than 100 different types of majors that students are able to be interested in. That being said, just a couple to name a few, our top 5 would be biology and nursing, business, psychology, elementary education, again, stemming from our education-based origins as an institution, and criminal justice. Just talking a little bit about some of the majors that we provide, we are also one of the only 2 universities in the state of Georgia that offer ASL interpreting, or American Sign Language and English interpreting in deaf education. So that's a great perk that we have. We see that very common in today's society and coming up more in media. But with biology, nursing, business, we do have our brand new, probably only a couple years old, Health Sciences and Business Administration building that's located 5 minutes up the road from our institution. And that is where our, again, nursing students will be going in order to work for their upper level courses, as well as business students. And it's located right across the street from South Georgia Medical Center. So we're very close. Again, we offer those different types of hands-on opportunities. So it's definitely great to see that not only is the university providing for our students, but the community itself understands just how important the students are for getting one, employees, but also to providing a kind of background and comfortability prior to graduation. And we do guarantee for every single major hands-on opportunities. As you can tell here, the very top one image up here is actually in our Health Sciences and Business Administration building. They're practicing preclinicals, making sure those state-of-the-art patients are actually, they breathe, they have sweat glands as well too. So they'll sweat, they'll blink. You can even have it in different areas. So great instruments to work on. We do have a phenomenal theater program as well at our institution. We have around 7 different shows every year. So that's great. And we do also host Peach State Summer Theater too. So that's another great, interesting fact with us. And with our hands-on opportunities, we do provide study abroad trips for students as well. As you can see at the bottom down here, they took a picture at the New York Stock Exchange where they had actually taken a group of students who were able to go and experience the stock exchange. And so that was a great, interesting area. However, for study abroad, we do go international as well, including Spain, Germany. I know that for the communication department, they do have a study abroad program in New Zealand. So with campus life, obviously our students, we want to make sure that they are safe. We do provide first year students are required to live on campus. However, we do have traditional style, and then we also have suite style, which are semi-private and private, and those are really for first year students. For our upper level course, upper level classmen, we do have apartment style. So that being said, we do provide our students with a long list of interests, so that way we can get students who are like-minded living together. All right, different types of clubs and activities. We're national champions, and we do also have tons of landmarks as well for the city. One large one is Wild Adventures theme park. So that being said, if you have any more questions, definitely feel free to let me know. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, VSU. Up next, we have Weber International University. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move to UNC Greensboro.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining today. My name is Nicole Merritt. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. We are part of the UNC system, as the name suggests, which means we are a 4-year public institution. We have roughly 20,000 students enrolled, with 16,000 of those being our undergraduate population. So we're kind of on that medium to large size institution kind of line, if you will. Our motto, our tagline here on campus is "Find Your Way Here," meaning we want students to find their people, passions, interests, kind of who they are on our campus. And we pride ourselves in a really student-focused environment that fosters just the environment to get that done. Now, I know the first thing you think about with college is, what am I majoring in? So I want to go ahead and get kind of that information out of the way for you all. We do have over 175 different degree programs for our students to choose from, and all of our majors are centered into different schools and colleges, basically groupings of majors. So I won't go too far into detail, since you can always read more on our website, but quick overview for you. We have our Bryan School of Business and Economics, the College of Visual and Performing Arts, the School of Health and Human Sciences, our School of Nursing, the College of Arts and Sciences, and our School of Education. Some of our more popular and unique majors include business administration, kinesiology, interior architecture, consumer apparel and retail studies, and nursing. We also have pre-professional programs for our students that know they might want to go to medical school or law school or something like that after their time at UNCG. Moving on to kind of the more social side or community side of our campus, you can see that our Spartans, our students, come from 78 different countries and 46 different states. We are the most diverse campus in the UNC system, so it's definitely something to look forward to if you like meeting people from all over. Additionally, you can tell by our location denoted by the little Spartan head, we're pretty much in the center of North Carolina, so our students have quick access to everything that North Carolina has to offer, whether it be the beach or the mountains, or maybe heading over to our state capital, Raleigh, which is really close. Greensboro itself is the third largest city in North Carolina, so there's always a lot of things going on there as well. And our campus is actually just a mile from downtown Greensboro, where a lot of different festivals and things like that occur. So you'll see a lot of our students heading downtown either by bike, walking, or on one of the shuttles that do take our students down there as well. Of course, we have lots of things going on campus. I hinted earlier, we're very diverse, so we have lots of ways to get involved to accommodate all of the different interests our students have. We have over 350 different clubs and organizations, ranging from the normal kind of Greek life and club sports to more unique things such as our club Quidditch team for our Harry Potter fans out there. So lots of things going on, and you can always start your own club if there is something that you aren't seeing on our campus that you would like to have. So again, sky is the limit in how you get involved. Our students also enjoy getting involved with athletics, of course. We are a Division I school, so all of the games are very competitive and lots of fun to watch. We have 17 Division I teams, and you can see all of them listed on the screen in front of you. I highly recommend heading out to games. They're all free for our students to attend, and you can win lots of different prizes and swag, such as t-shirts, socks. Sometimes they give away like Apple TVs or even a free semester worth of tuition. So definitely want to check out a game just for fun, but also seeing what types of cool prizes you might be able to win. So now that we've covered kind of the social aspect, of course, I did want to hop into the academic side of things since that's why you're attending college. Although UNCG is kind of on the larger side of things in terms of student body, we do have really small class sizes for an institution of our size. Our median class size is about 27 students, so you do get a lot of one-on-one attention with your professors and your peers. Additionally, we stand out with our senior faculty. So this means that your professors are, top of the line, the people doing the research in those fields currently. I like to say they are the people writing the textbooks because they in fact are. So this means, you're getting best information right as it comes out. Also, having those smaller class sizes means you can get connected for research opportunities, jobs, internships, and all sorts of things kind of related to academics and even your time after UNCG. Moving on, I did want to talk, of course, financial aid really quickly. Lots of information on this slide, but the biggest thing to note for our out-of-state students is our tuition is just under $23,000 per year. Additionally, you'll see the room and meal plan averages here. I'm saying averages because we have different housing options and meal plans to suit your lifestyle. First-year students are not required to live on campus, but as out-of-state students, you'll more likely than not be doing that. So you do want to keep track of these numbers here. Next, I want to move on to more the admission side of things. So here's a quick snapshot of our averages. We do look at the weighted GPA when reading your transcripts. And please note that the SAT and SAT are not required for our 2022 applications. If you took a test and you want to submit it, you can, but it is not required. The application process is very similar to all the institutions you will be looking at with the online application and submitting different documentation such as a transcript or your application fee. The essay for our application is optional, but I highly recommend that you do it, just letting us know a little bit more about you and who you are as a person, since we do read absolutely everything that you turn in and we want to know you. Additionally, I did want to point out our different deadlines. We have early action 1 and 2. I highly recommend that you aim for these if you can. They are not binding. It just means that you turned in your application early. Therefore, you will get a decision back a little bit earlier, which can make your life easier as you're getting down to the wire on deciding where do I actually want to go to school. The biggest thing to note, however, is our scholarship consideration deadline, which is January 15th. This is for the merit-based scholarships that come out of the admissions office. We do need your FAFSA and your application in by this deadline in order to see if we can award you a scholarship from our office. Doesn't mean you wouldn't receive things in other areas, such as the FAFSA or maybe a departmental scholarship from someone in your major, but this is for our office. And with that, I will go ahead and pass it on to our next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Weber International University.
Good evening, everyone. I apologize. I stepped away for just a second, of course, a minute ago, but you guys have had some awesome opportunities this evening to see a middle-sized school, a large school, and now you get to see Weber. So again, my name's Amanda. Welcome to Central Florida. It's a bit rainy here this evening, and we are an hour ahead of you guys. Just keep that in mind while we flip through here as far as our location is concerned. So that's why I said an hour ahead. So we're located just south of Orlando, very close to the theme parks, about 45-minute car ride from the Orlando International Airport. We do have quite a few students from your area. A lot of them come down by bus or even by train, depending on, or car. Freshmen can have cars on campus at Weber, just in case. So Weber is a small private school here in Central Florida. We have around 800 students total. Some of our top majors include criminal justice management, sport business management, and occupational therapy assistant. That new major has an automatic minor of health service administration. So you would have a double or a major and a minor automatically as occupational therapy assistant. Now, Weber is the first school in Florida to have occupational therapy assistant, or OTA, as a bachelor program. So that is quite exciting for us. We are a part of the NAIA. We do offer athletic scholarships as well as academic scholarships. So if you are an athlete and you are looking to continue to play your sport of choice on at the college level, please reach out to me. We also have esports. It's new this year. So the team kicked off right after Labor Day. They were practicing and in there quite a bit. At the first move in, our students moved in on the 25th and started classes the 30th of August. So we have been back and going here. Actually had a couple of football games as well. So if you're an athlete and you are interested in continuing, or in the fishing or esports, please let us know. So for our admissions process, there is no application fee. The application is online and free to do. It is the easiest way to do it. We also accept the Common App. If you guys have heard of that, if not, look it up. There's some great opportunities to apply for free to multiple schools. And official high school transcripts are needed for the fall of 2022, much like my predecessor this evening. We do not require SAT or ACT. You can submit those for possible adjustments in your academic scholarships, but it is not required. Official high school transcripts we would need posted after graduation, so you can be accepted to Weber on unofficial transcripts. And official transcripts can come emailed directly from your high school. Also, guys, if you've done AP classes, or if you're in any, or register for some for next term, they're college credit. So they're college credit at Weber. We are an in-state. We do not have a different tuition variance between in-state and out-of-state as well. And as Florida residents, you would be able to receive some other Florida resident grants. So very important. So just a couple of snapshots of campus. We have apartment style dorms and traditional style dorms. As you can see, this building has gotten painted. I need to update my pictures a little bit. And then we are lakeside. So we sit on Crooked Lake. It is the third largest lake in this beautiful state of Florida. So all of this area back here is lakeside. As I said, we are a smaller campus, about 800 students. It means you have roughly 20 students in your class with you. And I encourage you to scan the QR code you see to apply. You can also shoot me an email with any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Up next, we have the University of South Alabama.
Good evening. So we are the University of South Alabama, or so endearingly called South for short. We are home to more than 14,000 total student population with more than 100 academic programs. And that can be anything from engineering to business. We've got med school on campus, nursing, so we have a wide variety of majors that you can choose from at South. We were founded in 1963, and our vision is to foster an environment that couples engaging learning experiences with high-level research. You can actually start researching as soon as your sophomore year at the University of South Alabama, which is, again, just giving back to your community. The great thing about being in Escambia or Santa Rosa County is you automatically get in-state tuition. There is no out-of-state tuition for students that reside in those two counties. So as you are probably aware, the unique and beautiful Gulf Coast is a catalyst for discovery and innovation. At South, we've got a little over 1,200 acres of campus, and it has been transformed over the past decade with new facilities such as our state-of-the-art sim lab that is used for teaching and research. We've got housing and recreation. Freshmen are required to live on campus. That is something new for 2021, and we were going to continue it for 2022. Through research and statistics, we have found that freshmen are more successful if they are in living and learning communities, and we would like to foster that past your freshman year through your graduation date. Jaguar Athletics, because if you're from the South and if you're interested in anything, we are definitely interested in sports. So the University of South Alabama, we are a D1 school with over 17 sports. That's anything from baseball, basketball, soccer, and then of course, football. We are very proud of our Jags, and there are 2 wins so far this season. And the coastal region here along the Gulf Coast is healthier because of the University of South Alabama health system. That includes our Women and Children's Hospital, that includes USA Health, Mitchell Cancer Institute. Like I said, we've got a medical school. We are one of 2 in the state of Alabama to have a College of Medicine. Our Pat Capps Covey College of Allied and Health Professions, that's where our nursing school is housed, physical therapy, psychology, speech and hearing, and the list goes on and on. The university has implemented a strategic plan that is organized around 5 major priorities. That is going to be student access and success. We offer free tutoring and free writing assistance to all of our students that are enrolled on campus. Enhancement of research and graduate education. Once you finish your undergrad, if you would like to continue on, the sky's the limit. We've got grad school. You can get your PhD and go as far as you want to. Global engagement. You can study abroad. You can get involved with organizations that help those that are overseas. So just really getting that global engagement piece of it. Excellence in healthcare. I've touched base on that. And then the university community engagement. We do the living and learning community. And one organization that we have on campus is our Honors College. So if you are interested in Honors College, that's all about making a difference and giving back to the community. You do have to fill out a separate application for Honors College. It is separate from just the admissions application. So just note that. But our average class size is going to be about 26. You're going to have a student-faculty ratio of 18:1. It gives your professors the opportunity to get to know you, but you also have the opportunity to get to know your professors. Like I said, we got in-state tuition for both Santa Rosa and Escambia counties. Our tuition is a little over $10,000 for the year, and that's 30 semester hours. So everyone's goal is to graduate with their undergrad degree in 4 years, and most degrees will require at least 120 hours for you to be able to do that successfully. So just note that you'll have to take about 30 hours a year to be able to graduate with that 4-year degree plan. So with that being said, what is the best way to pay for college? And that's going to be scholarships. So we have what we call a freshman admission scholarship. Your application to the University of South Alabama is your application for this one specific scholarship. You must be admitted by February 1st to be guaranteed this scholarship. The great thing about this scholarship is it is renewable for 4 years as long as you maintain a 3.0 GPA through your undergrad. It starts with a 21 on your ACT and a 3.0 GPA. We super score your ACT. And if you take the SAT, we accept that as well. We just don't super score the SAT. But with your super score of a 21 and at least a 3.0, you will be guaranteed at least a minimum of $2,000 a year for 4 years. Now, something we are doing this year is we are going test optional again for 2022. So what that means is that you can just apply with your high school GPA. We make decisions based off of your junior year transcript. So with that high school GPA, if you do come in test optional, we are going to go over your application and look at your transcripts, and we are offering freshman admission scholarships based off of just that criteria. So don't think that if you haven't had the opportunity to take the SAT or the ACT, or you're just not a great test taker and you come in as test optional, you will still be awarded some scholarships if you do qualify. So another ways to pay for college, if you do, after your freshman admission scholarship, apply to as many scholarships as you possibly can, and then FAFSA will open October the 1st. So make sure that you fill that out as well. But that is all that I have. I will answer any questions that you have, but just encourage you to get on campus, to come for a campus visit. We're about an hour, hour and a half, just kind of depending on where you are. But thank you so much for your time, and go Jags.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to move over to our Q&A portion of our session today. I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn on your camera, and I'm going to pose a question to the group. We'll start with VSU first. The question is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
I think that one thing that would be most beneficial for people to remember about, especially VSU, is that we want to make sure that the students, regardless of wherever you do decide to go, obviously there were tons of amazing colleges who presented here today. We want to find the best pick for you. At the end of the day, while we want you to attend our university, we want you to have the experience of college that and succeed. So those are two huge things. If you end up coming to our institution, we'd be very lucky to have you. So we just really care about our students.
Perfect. We'll move to Weber, UNC Greensboro, and then we'll go to University of South Alabama.
So for remembering about Weber, I just want you guys to know that you saw some wonderful institutions tonight. And again, we are the smallest. So sometimes that's a better learning environment. It's always up to you. So you've had a great opportunity tonight to see small, middle, large. And it's good to go and take a look at each institution as well. So in Polk County, where Weber is located, you could easily visit 3 colleges in a day or in a weekend. So you guys can do it. Just go, now that everybody's back open, go out there and check out the schools.
All right, well, about UNCG, although we are on that larger side of things, we are dedicated to making even our larger class sizes and just that larger campus still feel very small. I actually came from a very small private high school, so going to a large state school was kind of scary for me, but UNCG does a great job of making sure there are enough resources. So when you have a larger class size, or it's just not a class that's working for you, you will have the support that you need, whether it be with tutoring, the writing center, speaking center, math help center, supplemental instruction program, or just your professor's office hours. Whatever it is that you need, we want to see you succeed, and we'll make sure you get just that.
And one thing to remember about the University of South Alabama is that we can be your home away from home. I always tell my students, you can go to school out of state, but still be home on the weekends to spend with your family. So we have that hometown feel. Once you arrive on campus, everybody becomes family, and we really embrace you and welcome you into the Jaguar family. So just remember that South is home.
Thank you all for sharing. I have another question here. And again, our presenters will respond in the same order in which they responded to the last question. So the question is, what is one myth you like to debunk on the college admissions process? So again, we'll start with BSU.
That's a great question. So I think that one myth for the overall college admissions process is that we don't, that college admissions counselors, admissions departments might not be trying to reach out to our students at the most expedient as possible, when we really are. We do see your emails. We definitely want to be in contact with you, and that just try to be patient. Everything is very new for everybody. This is actually my first year for admissions, but you better believe that even having gone to Valdosta State University, I would love for my information to be reached out to as soon as possible. Just take some time, understand that they do want you to go to the university, and that we'll get to you as soon as we possibly can. You do matter. Your information doesn't matter. So yeah, don't let that stress you out either.
For Amanda with Weber, I would say that don't be afraid to tell us no. Don't be afraid to say, I've made a decision to go to blank, because otherwise we're just going to keep calling you and asking. So don't be afraid to say, no, I've made a decision to go blank, and be proud of it. Be proud of where you're going, because then that way it keeps our files up to date too. So just don't be afraid to voice your opinion or voice your worries throughout this process, because that's what we're here to do, is to help you through this process.
All right, so debunking the myth that we don't read everything on your application, because I look at every ounce of your application. If you had a part-time job for 2 days and you put it on your application, I'm going to read about it. We want to know you. Of course, your transcript is important. The classes that you took, did you do as well as you could in those courses? But at the end of the day, I need to know who you are, and the schools that you're applying to need to know who you are. So that way they're making the right decision for their institution, but also for you, because we want you to be, at the school that you will be able to do your best at and feel at home at.
And I've got two that tie in together. The first one that I'm going to debunk is that test scores can make or break you getting into a university. That is just, in fact, not the case, especially now that a lot of universities have moved towards this test optional. So if you have universities that you are interested in, the first thing that you need to ask is, are you test optional? Do you super score? And then towards spring, what we call before National Decision Day on May the 1st, I'd say probably about March, reach out to your recruiters. These individuals that we've been speaking to you, reach out to us and ask us if we have any extra scholarship money. All we can do is say no, but sometimes we have a little bit of extra that we can award to students that are reaching out and asking because they have additional needs. So never be afraid to ask, and don't think that your test scores will keep you from not going to college.
Thank you all for sharing your responses. With that said, this concludes our college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. When you close this window, there will be a survey. It's approximately 5 questions. Please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings. I also want to encourage you to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And then finally, you can access the recording by visiting the website on your screen. With all of that said, I want to thank you for joining us today. Also, thank you to our amazing presenters. I hope everyone has a great evening.